Yes, sir. Morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. All right. Let me turn this music down just a tad and we're going to get right into it. There it is. All right. All right. Pull
Yeah,
this.
just want to give a special shout out, man, to a good friend of yours and mine, Mr. Terry Fair, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday. No, I'll play it, man. It ain't even his birthday. I'll play it, man.
The funny part is I wouldn't need man. That's pretty good. You got me. I'm like, oh, what birthday? Oh man. You got me with that, man. You got me. I can't even be mad. I can't. It's the season starting. It's tomorrow night, home against the who we got? Los Angeles Rams. Is that Stafford? Who you got?
Matt Stafford.
Lord.
I should have been there to greet him at the airport. Like, I'm your biggest fan.
Ooh.
Nah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be.
If you did that, boy, I don't think you that would hurt the end of it.
Yeah,
between me and Steve and everybody else.
I know. I wouldn't have did that.
Oh man, but they've been here since Thursday or so. So
yeah,
he came in early.
Right.
Kelly Stafford then wrote an open letter. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to all that. We're gonna get to Kelly and her shenanigans and I guess no, I don't want to give too much because I'm already got a little thing with myself and that old thing today. We don't get there. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, sir, for doing the show once again. It is September 7th, 2024, and we are getting ready for Big Noon Saturday. Texas in the big house against the Wolverines, and that game is looking already to be a great game, one way or another. But we're going to see what really going to happen. Rochelle coming in hot. Don't worry, we gonna get to the Lions, Rochelle. We're gonna start with our opening topic, which is
man, I'm not even paying her no attention, man. Last year, all I know is last year during the NFC Championship game, all y'all was on Facebook trying to find flights and the hotels and all that. Soon as the air got bust out the balloon, everybody's phone went on silent. Man, I'm good. This year, you won't even have to worry about that because you're going 7-10, so it don't even matter.
Lord, we gonna look at it. Let's go ahead and start where we need to start. Thursday night, Kansas City defeated Baltimore seemingly by a toe. The receiver tried to catch the ball, came down, and he caught it with his hands, but he didn't get his body under control. In the field of play in time, last play of the game. They actually had a chance before that. The receiver between the receiver and the quarterback overthrowing the ball, which is fun. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm watching the game. I get off work. I go in the room. I'm sitting up watching it. Next, all I see is my eyelids. And I wake up the next morning and I grab my phone, ESPN, CBS. Oh my God! Did you guys see that? What happened? Let's take a look. And I'm like, what you mean? What happened? Kansas City was in control, but of course, Kansas City like to play cardiac football and leave everything to chance instead of just go ahead and beating people. I don't know why they would like to do that. That seemed like that's the MO. Let's make it interesting. At some point, it's going to catch up to him. But the receiver didn't get that toe down. It was a good game. I really did like that game. I liked how teams went back and forth, and much better than last night's game. I can tell you that much. Last night's game was not, in my opinion, not a good football game. It was a football game, but not a good football game. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes was his usual self. Mr. What's the pop singer name? Mr.
Travis Kelce.
Mr. Mr. Kelsey he did okay, but he didn't play like his normal self. I don't know if this is his year, because he in his 30s, so at some point Father Time is going to catch up to him. He had 3 or 4 catches. He didn't make that big of a difference in the game, but it's okay. It's just the first game of the year that the kid with the fastest time came in and ran that jet sweep and could nobody catch him. That 4-1 was his name.
Xavier
Worthy. That 4-1 speed was the difference. Nobody gonna catch him. You can't say they tried to arm tackle him. They couldn't get near him to arm tackle him. And so I like that. I like that. So Kansas City was smart to go ahead and pick him up. Put him in positions like that. Just put him in a position where you can make a play. That's what you do when you're a good coach with a good coordinator. You make plays for your players. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Ms. Rochelle and Steven, for coming in.
2 things I took away from that game Thursday.
Okay, what you got?
If I'm Derrick Henry, I'm kind of pissed. Because what did you draft me for? I mean, what did you sign me for? You threw the ball more than you ran, right? That's number one. The other thing the other concern I have is, okay, so you threw more than you ran the ball, right? Okay, understood. The other concern I have is the only way Baltimore is gonna get past Kansas City, and I can't take this thunder. I heard Chris Canty say it. Shout out to Chris Canty. Somebody gonna have to knock Kansas City off for Baltimore to just slide in there. You're never gonna beat them. You're never gonna beat them. Because John is just as stubborn as Jim, and he wants to play his type of football. You can't play his type of football and beat them. In 6 games, you only beat them once. You're 1-5. And then the tight end talking about, oh, okay, that's all y'all got? Well, we see you in the postseason. Who even said y'all gonna make it? That's the only way they're gonna ever beat and be in Super Bowl contention. Buffalo or somebody will have to knock off Kansas City. But then it's still not a given, because what if Buffalo knock off Baltimore?
To me, the closest team that's going to knock off Kansas City is going to have to be Houston. That's the team I can see that can beat Kansas City.
The only team that can beat Kansas City is Kansas City.
Well, yeah, that too. But the team that will probably be on the other side of the ball would have to be Houston, because they're young enough and they're not afraid.
Oh, no. The other team that is the Bengals. Joe Burrow and them can beat them. They did it.
Yeah. The Bengals have done it, and they're not afraid of them. So those two teams. But the Bengals, they're gonna have to get their mojo back. Like I said about Denver, like the Denver coach got to get his mojo back to get to where they were before, with the quarterback coming off an injury for the last 2 seasons. So that's probably gonna be the difference. Last night we had a crazy game. To me, in a lot of ways, that game was like a preseason game. The preseason, it was the field was terrible, a ton of penalties, ton of penalties. We talking about players arguing on the field. It was like a preseason game. It was watching that game was literally like watching a preseason game. I'm surprised they scored that many points, the way they were out there going against each other on both sides of the field. Green Bay didn't argue as much as the Eagles, but I was really, really surprised to see the way they were going back and forth on those sidelines like that. The center couldn't get the snap count right for the Eagles. And nobody could get stop on the dime enough to catch the ball. Jordan Love threw the behind his receivers about good 10 times. It was. I know the field was bad, but it just didn't seem like they were on the same page. And to me, that goes to them not playing in the preseason. Seeing that right there really says, okay, I know we on 17-game season, and you use those first couple of games as like preseason games. You got to do a better job of playing them in the preseason, because they are not on the same page once they get against 1-versus-1 competition. When you're going against your scout team every week, of course you're looking good. You're on the same page. But when you're going against everybody of the same ilk and the same speed, they're not looking good. So we're probably going to see a lot of that over this weekend, tomorrow night and Monday. but they weren't on the same field, same page. With Michelle, you are correct. They were on the sideline changing spikes and changing shoes like crazy. You saw the equipment guy literally shoes lined up and with the shoe gun just zip, 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 trying to get those players back out on the field as fast as possible with better shoes. I know they're playing in Brazil, and I can tell you that building was empty. I mean, not empty; it was full, but the cheering was empty because they used to cheer for soccer. So, did they really do did they teach them what they're cheering for? Because the only thing you could hear was the guy in the background, blah, 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 first down, blah, 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 speaking their language. Excuse me, I don't mean to be condescending, but the cheers weren't there. So you go over to Europe, they've been over to Europe 7, 8, 9, 10 years, so they understand the game a little bit more. Going down to Brazil was their first time ever doing that. They weren't. It was just seemed like an eerie silence all the time. Coach Free, I see they need to play more in the preseason. Football needs to go to 18 games, stay out of Brazil. The game itself was a good game in terms of putting the NFL on display, but the actual play itself was terrible. The field was not right. They were just not on the same page, and they need to be playing in that preseason. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Coach Free. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Kenny. We appreciate y'all coming out this fine Saturday morning as we get ready to transition from us to big game, big noon Saturday, Texas and Michigan. Big game Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Man, I look forward to it.
Today, both hear me and hear me good. Today, tomorrow, the state of Michigan, both will go 0-2. Michigan will lose, and the Pussycats will lose. You heard it here.
Save your prediction. You know we're going to do predictions at the end. You know we're going to do a prediction at the end. We got college and pro. Was Barkley worth the money for the Eagles? Yes, he was. He went out there, put up 3 touchdowns, two receiving.
Take that off one game.
He didn't do that and where was he before?
The Giants.
He didn't do that with the Giants in the last 2 seasons.
But the Giants ain't had no line. So what I'm saying is, if you on a better team, you're gonna play better, right?
Presumably so.
Why not? If you're on a better team, of course you're gonna elevate your game to match them, right?
I will say yes, but the fact that they even have him there to do that has been worth the money so far. Of course, the Philadelphia State sold out anyway.
Well, last year you had DeAndre Swift. I mean, of course he's not DeAndre. That DeAndre Swift is not Barkley, but yeah, DeAndre Swift, who used to play for who? Yeah. So I mean, what you saying?
Well, I'm just saying that so far, Barkley seems to be worth the money. Jaden Reed, MSU product, played a good game for Green Bay. He would score 2 touchdowns yesterday. He would have graduated last year because he need him back.
5th-year senior.
Yeah,
yeah. Senior.
Hey, when they doing it now, he would have got it. That's right. He would have got another year eligibility this year
for the COVID year.
For the COVID year, they gave everybody another year. They had people coming back that was at home in their mama basement going back. Come on, coach, let me on the field. I got another year.
Yeah.
All right, we got Sunday night Rams and Lions. We got the playoff rematch, and they're gonna honor Matt Stafford. You know, it's different than the playoff. In the playoff, we this is for something to tomorrow night. They're gonna give him his video. They probably gonna walk, him and his family out on the field.
I thought they wasn't coming.
Oh, Kelly's there. Oh, Kelly gonna be there.
I thought she said they wasn't coming.
Are they not coming?
That's what they said on 97 won the ticket. They said she said she wasn't coming because they booed them last year.
I
and
stand
fool
corrected.
30 kids. So she was
I thought they was gonna give her a suite this year. I thought that they was gonna go ahead and give her that suite. You know, well, why wouldn't they? At this point, it's different this time. I would say, Kelly, get on the plane. If I was them right now, if I'm mad, I would put Kelly on the plane, call Delta, get her on in here, and put her in the suite. I understand, you know, that's what we're gonna talk about a little bit later, Ms. Rochelle. I want to talk about that open letter she penned to the city of Detroit. We're gonna talk about that in the Stoopid Sports News. And I would say, is she salty? According to her letter, I didn't think she had any saltiness.
He wasted 12 years of her man's career. Of course she's salty. Why wouldn't she be so ahead? I've been in this godforsaken thing for 12 years. Absolutely she's salty. Are you serious? It's like being in a bad marriage. You keep going to counseling and, okay, I'll start cleaning. Okay, now I'll start watching the checkbook. Okay, now I'll start grocery shopping. Man, what are we doing here?
I always go back to the Lions and never should have drafted Matthew Stafford. When he came to the Lions, after playing against Michigan State
you take
in the bowl game,
player
he was hurt. That shoulder was already hurt when they drafted him.
Okay,
because Michigan State hurt his arm.
Okay, who you would have took instead of Matt Stafford?
I don't know. I don't even know who was up next. I just thought that.
That's what I'm. Look go back and look at the time. He was the #1 rated prospect coming out of college. He went to Georgia. One no quarterbacks coming out. You know the last Heisman candidate that came out of Georgia who didn't win it, besides Herschel Walker. I tell you, Garrison Hurst.
49ers.
He lost to Gino Torretta, who was the quarterback at the University of Miami. This is what I'm saying. You took the best player available.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You won this one.
Matt Dillon. Get mad at Matt. That's who picked him.
I've been saying the team should do the 15-second cheer. If you got a player that come back and they go to another team and they play the first time in your building, cheer for 15 seconds. That's all you get. Put the clock up on the screen. Cheer. We love you. At the end of the 15 seconds, you boo. We boo you for the rest of your life. That's it. When you come back next time, nothing but boos.
To be honest, in his defense, because I do have a jersey on, to be honest, in his defense, he could have been voted. Real talk. He could have been like, trade me, dude. Look at all that. The dude was on an 0-16 team. And who did y'all blame? Y'all blame Matt. Matt don't make tackles. Matt don't break up passes. Matt don't run through the hole. Then let's be honest. You didn't give him all the best equipment to play with until Calvin came. Who did he have before Calvin? Nobody.
Calvin went on 16 too.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is, who did he have before Calvin Johnson arrived?
Not much of anything. He had the old boy on NFL football on NFL Network, the receiver, the one who wear all the sweet suits with the braids in his head.
The one on NFL Network or the who?
Yeah, the one who wear the glasses. He on CBS now. He do CBS Sunday weekend.
Man, please don't do that. Don't do that. You talking about? I know you talking about. I want to say Dre Bly, but that ain't his name.
No,
You're talking about the wide receiver, Burleson, yes. Nate Burleson.
Nate Burleson.
Don't do that.
Please Nate Burleson.
Nate Burleson is equivalent to Golden Tate. Both of them is bums.
Whew. No, you did say Golden Tate. Lord.
Golden Tate. You know what the problem with Golden Tate was? Golden Tate thought he was better than what he was. Yes, at Notre Dame, he was cold. When he went to Seattle, he was okay. When he got to us, you couldn't tell him nothing. Because he left, think about it, he left Seattle. Didn't he get a ring with them? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So what can you tell him? Nothing. He's a champion.
I agree. I thought that Golden Tate, but he's like any other receiver. Golden Tate, like any receiver, think they the man. I haven't seen one receiver, except I'm in St. Rob, one of the first receivers who don't go out there and act and talk as if he's just the man all day, every day. He's different. Most of them, that's a wide receiver's mentality.
Give it time.
In their defense.
Give it time.
Okay.
Because
Right.
even if you think about it, who does the games? Who did the preseason games? Golden Tate. Golden Tate, my man. They did a couple of the. I say, wow. I guess once you're a lion for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Unless you're Charlie Batch, he over in Pittsburgh, and he can stay there. I don't like Charlie Batch. I got a personal reason not to like Charlie Batch.
Charlie Batch was okay.
But what I'm saying is, even though we might consider him a Lion for life, he much rather be with Pittsburgh, even though he got drafted by the Lions. He would stay right over there in Pittsburgh.
Don't he got a ring with them too?
He might.
I think he do. I think he got. That's when they beat the Cardinals. I believe.
In Detroit.
Holmes caught it at the end with it. I believe. Don't quote me on that. I have to do.
I think he might have been gone by then. I think he might have been gone
by then. Okay, he might have been.
We looked that one up. So Monday night, we got the Jets and the 49ers. What I call a deja vu game. Jets on Monday night. We gonna see if Aaron Rodgers is gonna last more than 4 plays. Are they trying to mess with Aaron Rodgers' mind because he always running off and acting crazy and having enemas and all kind of saying he really got his COVID shot when he really didn't? What's going to happen Monday night? What you think?
Monday night. Monday night. Don't the neighborhood come on Monday night? You know what? I don't wish no bad on nobody. Period. People that know me, Rochelle, Steve Harris, all of them, they know I don't wish bad on nobody. But to be honest with you, it's time for Aaron Rodgers to get what he deserved. Because you did the Packers so wrong. It's time for you to get. You know what? God don't like ugly, and he ain't too fond of pretty neither. I'm gonna tell you like this: you starting to get what you deserve. Because right now, if he wouldn't have did what he would have did, my man would still be in Green Bay. He wouldn't be in Oakland, right?
Right.
You messed up their team, and then you voted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could have just voted. See what I'm saying? Devontae Adams was coming back based on you. You bust up. Didn't even tell him you was gonna bust up, and then you took Randall Cobb and the rest of them clowns that Aaron is the man. I'm gonna follow Aaron. Where's Randall Cobb at right now? I think he's still doing State Farm commercials with the drop top Mustang.
I don't think he's doing that. Randall Cobb not even doing that. He doing appearances in Green Bay before the game. He's an official greeter.
You destroyed a whole organization. That's why I agree. I don't agree with everything Chris Canty say, but I do agree with that. You be holding the NFL hostage, just like LeBron holds the NBA hostage. And then when stuff fall out, you don't want to take blame for it. All this is your fault. The Jets is your fault. Green Bay is your fault. But I get it because when Brett was there, he had to wait his turn, right? So all he did to Brett, all he did was what Brett did to him. So I'm gonna do it to this guy. Y'all ready to see Jordan Love? I'm gonna make y'all wait to see Jordan Love. But now you getting what you deserve.
Speaking of Jordan Love, we might not see him no more. They had I posted that. I sent you the video and posted the video. Jordan Love knee popping last night on the second to the last play of the game. I'm hoping that he's okay. I kind of had him winning the MVP of the league, and I hope he's okay. I hope that he's okay.
I was thinking about that this morning, and it came to me like an epiphany. It would be funny. This is funny. I ain't trying to be funny, but this is funny. What if Green Bay and the Lions fell to the bottom and it came down between the Vikings and the Bears? Wouldn't that be something?
Man, that man. Ooh,
Can we go back and change our list? I'm just saying, wouldn't that be? We all had the Lions and Green Bay pencil 1 and 2, and then it just reversed and it'd be Minnesota and the Bears.
That would be ugly. That would be really ugly. That'd be really ugly.
Be like a roller coaster and a big meal. You don't want to mix them two together.
We don't do that. We're gonna come back a little bit later with some predictions for pro. Really quick. Don't forget to like, click, share. Get this book Great from Journeys Every Day by Mr. Marcus Holmes, The Wiz That Lives in Oz. He'll be joining us a little bit later in the background. Moving over to college football. we got the fall of the Floridas. The fall of the Floridas. And a couple games to know for the day. Fall of the Floridas. It seems like for some reason, Florida and Florida State are just not playing good ball at all right now. Florida State, they saying that coach is going to be gone in the next couple. I'm sorry. Florida's coach is going to be gone. Coach Napier going to be gone soon. And they're talking about Lane Kiffin coming in over there and taking over for him. And Florida State, they 0-2. They out the top 25. I know we always do our show in the preview. We always say, what team in the top 25 going to be out of the top 25 before the end of the season? Quickly, Florida State said, I'll take that mantle. Give me the baton. I'll run with it. And I thought they would have did much better this year. And I guess, I call it the Kansas State effect, where you don't make the playoffs, go to your bowl game, get whooped, and have a bad season right after that. That's the Kansas State effect. I think that's what they're doing right now. Coach Napier going to be out of there in Florida. After the Miami game, those kids from Miami was like telling those recruits, hey, come to Miami. Don't go to Florida. The recruiting coordinator was pushing the Miami players out the way, going up the tunnel. They was trying to go over there, talk to them kids, and them kids was looking like, I don't know if I want to come here now, because it was because they give them real good seats. They put them right there on the field. In the end zone. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean Napier. You need when you talk about schools like that, Florida State, Miami, those type of schools there, you need a name. What was the name before Napier? Spurrier. What was the name before that? Ron Zook. You need names. You need a name to sizzle to make the appetizer more appealing to when you bring it to the plate. Like when I used to work at Ponderosa, and we bring your food out, you put the little parsley on the tray to go with your ribeye. You add three little shrimp or something. You gotta make it appealing. So if I'm a top 5 recruit and you telling me to come to Florida, I'm like, who the coach? Napier. Who is that? That's the dude from Batman.
Sprinkler parsley.
Yeah, that's the dude from Batman. Jack Napier. Nah, I'm good. Well, unless I just really want to play, right? Unless I really want to play and I really don't care. Okay, I'll go to Florida. I take all their perks, NIL, okay. But if I'm going to make an embarkment on my recruitment class and I'm trying to stand out and be lavish, I'm not going to Florida.
Now, let's think about it. I would go to Florida. You know why? Because it's well known that Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke, take care of the U, Florida State, and Miami. Of course, he's close to Miami, but he take care of all of them. So, it's perks that come with Uncle Luke.
I'm not going to Florida, man. So you going to go to Florida and be home every Christmas? Well, that's what you're looking at.
And you make some NIL money, get an opportunity to play in a good conference. And if you do what you're supposed to do, you'll get a look in the draft.
Oh, you'll be another Tim Tebow.
Hey, Tim Tebow is 1-0 in the playoffs for the Denver Broncos.
Man, here we go, man. Tim Tebow. Next. Next. But see, this is the thing what's funny. You bring that up, but then I bring up Terry Ferris. What?
Hey, I'm not that big of it. I'm a big Tebow college fan. Tebow in the pros could hit the broadside of a barn. It would be his luck that the barn don't be open and it'll go through.
I'm glad you said that. Tebow in college was trash. It was the system.
He worked the system enough to get drafted, be the first one. I agree with you. He's a system player.
If you go back,
he worked the system enough to get a Heisman and win a championship.
Okay, then why? Okay, I'm gonna show you. That's not always the case because why didn't he have a Heisman winner at Utah before he got to Florida? Why he didn't have a Heisman winner at Ohio State when he got to Ohio State? Nobody. JT Barrett.
Utah, I can answer. Utah has always been a second-tier program. Now they look at Utah as a top-tier program because of what he started. But back when he was at Utah, what nobody checked. No, I don't care what you was doing up there. Well, nobody was checking for nobody at Utah. That's like Boise State. Boise State will only ever be known for the blue field.
No, because they 1 year they almost went undefeated. They only lost
Yeah,
one game.
and that's the year that they beat was it USC in the Rose Bowl? Or
Oklahoma
was it
State.
UCLA?
Oklahoma State with the Statue of Liberty play. He
Right.
stood there and then he threw it
No,
back.
it was O State or was it Oklahoma?
That was Oklahoma State. Oklahoma. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we on the same page on this one. All right. Let's see here.
Name the Heisman Trophy winner that he had at Ohio State. Urban Meyer.
He didn't.
So it was the system.
Hold
on. Do you realize that Urban Meyer had Cam Newton and Tim Tebow? And he benched Cam Newton for Tim Tebow?
Yep.
You remember that, did you?
I remember. Yeah, because I was watching an interview. Tebow said that he had to get up. I'm sorry, Cam Newton said he had to get out of there. And he said that he was able to go to lower tier D1 schools. He said he wanted to get totally out of it, up under his thumb. That's why he went to the JUCO and came back to Auburn.
But what I'm saying is, would have sat Cam Newton down for Tim Tebow? Or you would have played Tim Tebow over Cam Newton?
Now, at the time, Tebow was the right choice. And Cam Newton himself said, I wasn't mature.
No, he was not, man. He
said it himself in the interview. Cam Newton was like, I was not mature to do the things I need to do.
That's a talent. Tim Tebow was here, put him in there and let's see what happens.
Now, I agree with you. Talent-wise, of course, Cam Newton is more talented than Tebow. But at the time, even Cam Newton said I was not mature enough to handle what I need to handle at the time. Going that route made me more focused to play the way I needed to play, to be the player that I am today. When I was at Florida, he said when he was getting in trouble, that was one of the reasons why he left, because he had did some dumb stuff to get in trouble.
They stole the computers, the laptop.
Yeah. So it was sometimes you got to take a lateral movement, take a step back a little bit to go forward, and that's what he had to do. And of course, Tim Tebow and they don't have nowhere near the talent that Superman does. That's a given. That's a given. All right, we're gonna talk about some predictions for the MSU Maryland game a little later. Texas Michigan in about 24 minutes. Colorado Nebraska, and we got one more professional game. Once again, always don't forget to click like, click share. We want to be this generation's Soul Train every Saturday morning. Come check us out. We appreciate everybody in the background. If no matter where you are, if you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Facebook, and you see us, just give us a hello. You ain't got to make a comment. Just say hello. How y'all doing this morning? Because we want to know you're out there. We want to make sure we recognize you all over 5 platforms. Right now, I got LinkedIn on my phone, and I got YouTube on my TV. I'm make sure I try to monitor all our different programs that we are on, so I can see what it looks like on there, so we can try and do quality control basically. So make sure everything looks right and I'm in the right spot. Get my face in the camera the right way so everybody can see me. All right, we're gonna move forward. We are going to MLB. It's time for us to talk about Tigers. The Tigers are 71-71 after losing the extra innings last night to the Oakland Athletics. They played 13 innings.
Athletics, man, can we say it's over now? You lost to them? Oh my God! Can we say
it's the first game of the series? It's the first game of the series. Over the last 5 games, they 5-5. They're 3-3 since our last show. They're 5 games out of the wild card hunt, tied with the Red Sox.
Can we say on 3? 1, 2, 3, eliminated? Can we say it, please? Come on.
They are still in good contention. They are still, if they can make a run at it, they are still in good contention of making the playoffs as a wild card.
So they lost in Oakland?
In Oakland.
See, man, it's over, man.
It's the first game of the series. They can win the next 2 as long as you win the series.
God, man. And they 71-71. So it's like, what, 20 games left? Somewhere in there?
142. Yes, there's 20 games left. No. 180. So they got 40 games left. It's
And
162 or 182.
5 games out of the wild card.
Yes, it's 162 or 182.
Over, man. So stick a fork in them. They're done. Stick a fork in them. They done. I just got off the phone with Javi Baez before the game. He's like, they're done.
Well, the bad part is Javi Baez he got time to talk. He ain't doing nothing else out there.
He ain't doing nothing but looking at that bank account. And that's, you know what? That's the only reason I feel bad. I really do. I really do. Because I'm like, this man got over. You know what he is? He is the what's the quarterback for Atlanta?
Yeah. But
he got over.
With the Michigan State. At least he wins some games. At least he get you closer to playoffs. He show up. He play hard every week. He may get hurt. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is gonna get hurt. He gonna go out there. He gonna play. He don't have no athleticism. He gonna lead his team. He gonna wear the jersey with his shirt off, and he gonna put the buffs on or whatever the glasses his team give him. He gonna be up front. But Javi Baez, he be in the back of the bus. No, as a matter of fact, he under the bus with the equipment. That's where he at.
Yeah, he got over, man.
Yeah,
he got over.
He did. You can't be mad at him. You can't be mad at him.
Because even if they get rid of him after this year, look at the money he gonna walk with. Mm-hmm. He still.
Yep. You're right, Steve. Vikings have no QB right now. JJ McCarthy, JJ McSizzles, they like to call him. He hurt his knee. And I'm still hurt that he did because I'm in all seriousness. I would just hope that he talked about how we said that the Bears and the Vikings going to eclipse the Lions in Green Bay. Yeah, we know where we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back.
Where did JJ McCarthy go to school at?
He went to school up, on the other side of I-94.
Figures.
Okay. All right. We gonna let's see here. We run a little early today, but that's all right. Give us a chance to expound a little bit on women's sports. We're gonna jump into the WNBA right now in terms of the standings. Let me pull up. I'm glad I got the other side. We got the Liberty in first place. They have all these teams the top 7 teams that clinch spots in the playoffs. The Liberty at 28-6, the Lynx at 25-9, the Sun at 24-10, the Aces at 22-12, the Storm at 20-14, the Fever at 18-17, led by who? Caitlyn Clark, the Phoenix Mercury at 17-18. And these 3 teams still have an opportunity, maybe 4, have an opportunity to get that last spot. The Chicago Sky at 12-22, Atlanta Dream at 12-22, the Washington Mystics at 11-23, and the Wings, believe it or not, the Dallas Wings at 9-25. It's highly unlikely, but those 3 teams, the Sky, the Dream, and the Mystics, all have 12 and 11 wins respectively, so they still battling out for that last spot. Indiana locked up their spot the other night, and the Mercury, both them locked up their spots the other night. So all 3 of those teams have made the playoffs. Only one team has been eliminated all the way through, which is the Los Angeles Sparks. And last night in action in the WNBA, you had let's see here, where y'all at? Where my scores at? Bam! Keep my scores right up on the screen. Last night, the Wings lost to the Dream 107-96. The Aces beat the Sun 72-67. The Lynx beat the Fever 99-88. And the Sparks lost to the Chicago Sky 92-78. And they are talking about Caitlyn Clark winning the the Player of the Month, and also in talks of being the MVP with Nafisa Collier, as well as what's the young lady for the Asia, and the 3 of them, the top 3 players looking at being MVP. They say it's almost a foregone conclusion that she is the Rookie of the Year, and I tend to think so at this point. I know that the girl in Chicago,
Angel.
Angel Reese has she's leading the league in rebounds, so she does have a case to do so. But I'm liking Caitlyn right now, especially with her team in a better position and have sewn up a spot in the playoffs. What you think about what's going on in the WNBA, sir?
I'm gonna just take a vape break. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all got me. Yeah. Caitlyn Clark for president. I'm good.
Now I know honestly, I don't understand where you're coming from, 100%. But she playing, she balling. You can't deny the fact that she out there putting up numbers, talking trash, and she's delivering everything that they hoped that they would. They started off real slow, right the same as Chicago did. Chicago has been, a 50% team all season, where the Fever, they picking it up right now. The Fever, they made the playoffs. You can't deny winning at the end of the day.
Every time they bring up her name, I think of that Liza Minnelli song. Not Liza Minnelli. What's her name? I can't even think of the lady name. But it's the song where she sings, "You Don't Bring Me Flowers." That's what every time I'm watching Sports Center or I'm watching First Take, and here comes Caitlyn Clark. "You don't bring me flowers." What is her name? You know what I'm talking about.
I'm looking it up right now.
You don't.
That's Neil Diamond. No, Barbara Streisand. That's Babs.
Barbara Streisand.
That's
you don't
Babs.
Bring me flowers.
That's Babs. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't bring me flowers. Every time I be like, "You don't bring me flowers."
I get
Other stuff community, hold hands while I sing. Why can't we be friends? Please, don't no one join in.
Not war. Not war. Oh my God. Thank you, Autumn Nicole Holmes, for joining us. She said she hopes Angel Reese get it. And I don't know if you're not, good with all three names, but we just gonna say Miss Autumn, because sometimes people don't want us to say the whole government name. So thank you for joining us.
Can we be friends?
Steve, she puts butts in the seats. That's right. It's because of her that they playing in the bigger stadiums in a lot of these cities, because the demand is great for her to be here. The demand is great. The demand is great. Yes.
Other stuff community, hold hands while I sing. Why can't we be friends? Please don't help. You don't bring me flowers. That's what it is.
Lord, I've become more of a Caitlyn fan over the years, because she backs it up. You got to respect that. She talk junk and she back it up. You got to respect that.
It's like when you go to Church's Chicken and you wait in the drive-thru and you finally get, "Welcome to Church's. When you take your order, we have no breasts, no wings, no fries." Why are you open? This is what I say.
That's that KFC up on 8 Mile. 8 Mile of Livernois. They ain't never got nothing up there, boy. We would go there every Sunday after church, just knowing that we was gonna get. Then we would try to get, we would order the dark
family meal.
Yeah, the family meal dark meat, knowing that they ain't have no dark meat, that we was gonna get 8 breasts. No, and we would do that every Sunday, boy.
Right.
That was our trick. We would go spend $12 and get $30 worth of food.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, that's a true story. My wife talk about that all the time. All right. Let's see here. Let's see where we at. It looks like it's time. We a little early, which is fine, because we got a lot of predictions to get to real quick. We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause as we jump into. There we go. Stoopid Sports News. All right. Stoopid Sports News. We're going to start with, unfortunately, we have the open letter by Miss Kelly Stafford. I thought she was coming. I thought she was writing the letter as a way of saying, I know what I said last year was wrong, and let's bury the hatchet. And I read the letter. My question is, how sincere is it for her to write this letter?
I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. I don't know about no letter. What was the contents of the letter? What did she say?
She talked about how she still loved the city and how she, even though she want Matthew to win, and how she's been there for 12 years and how the city changed and how the city is back. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you writing this letter? What is your need to write this letter to the people of Detroit? We know how you really feel and how you've dogged the city out on more than one occasion, even when you were living here in the Metro Detroit area. Of course, they didn't live in the city. So it wasn't the first time she said bad things about the city before she moved out they moved to Los Angeles. And I'm not saying that, she don't believe what she's saying, but what I am saying is, why even write it to begin with? To me, if you're not, don't write it if you're not going to show up in the stadium and blow your kisses when they give Matthew his video, because they're gonna show her and they're gonna put her on the big screen. Sunday Night Football, NBC gonna show her. So
right, but I mean, in contrast to what she said, she has a point, right? Why would I come back when last year you booed me and my kids? My kids don't got nothing. Them 3 girls ain't got nothing to do with their daddy playing for the.
But why did they boo Kelly Stafford? They didn't boo her for no reason.
They booed Kelly Stafford because Kelly Stafford spoke the truth. Nobody likes the truth.
Well,
right?
Okay. We always have a thing. I always have a thing. Was it necessary and was it kind? Was it necessary for her to say anything?
Yes.
No.
It's the same thing. It's the same equivalence to when Matt got up there and said, "Oh, my biggest dream is to go down Woodward with the Lombardi Trophy." Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere, you don't remember that, right? It's the same thing. He said that same exact garbage. She just worded hers different. It's garbage. And that's why I'm looking at the comments. I see Steve Harris say, "I believe her." Of course he ain't gonna believe her, because look what his fan base is. Right. Look, at the end of the day, we all are human. We all make mistakes. We all don't do things that we're supposed to do. Nobody likes being told to do nothing. No grown adult likes to be told what to do, right? That's why you couldn't wait to become an adult. I can't wait to become an adult so I don't have to hear my mama's mouth no more. Why do you think people were so opposed to getting the COVID virus, the vaccine? You can't tell me. I'm a grown man. You can't tell me I got to go get them. Nobody so at the end of the day, back to the point of what we were talking about, she just did what her husband did. Matt said the same thing. Oh, my dream is to go down Woodward, exactly, and hoist the Lombardi. Matt, at that time, the Lions couldn't have beat the Lions to win the Lombardi Trophy. But he had to say stuff to why? Because he was here. We're taking you.
It's in the game.
Right.
Lions versus Lions on
EA Sports is in the game, right? You don't bring me flowers. Right.
Loretta Lynn said, "We got to stand by her man. We got to stand by Stafford." No, I'm standing by Goff.
No, I'm not. Look, at the end of the day, certain stuff happens and you reap the benefits. Okay, I give you 2 quick examples. Draymond Green, I bring it up all the time. Delvon Rowe never quits because of knee problems. Draymond Green is not that Draymond Green in Golden State. Period. Yep. Period. He was at the end of the bench.
Yep.
Okay, I give you another example. That's basketball. I give you another example. Tom Brady. Since I'm gonna do it for Michigan, since my man Steve here, if old boy don't get hurt, Tom never suits up for the Patriots.
Tom is a quarterback that played baseball.
No, I'm gonna say he would have been an NFL. No, that wasn't him. That was the other guy. That was Drew Henson. Drew Henson turned down football to go play for the Yankees.
But everybody came back, said he was done. Still starting over.
Nah, you know what? At the time, he was better in baseball than he was football.
Third baseman for the Yankees.
He was better in baseball than football.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, because I guess you got to look at it like this. Drew Henson probably was like, man, I'm not about to keep sharing reps with Tom Brady. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tom Brady, Drew Henson. Tom Brady.
It was a third quarterback actually too.
No, that was it. It was Tom Brady and Drew Henson. That was it.
I forget who it was. Steve, help me out. I think it was a third one that was in there at the time too.
That was it. Brian Greasy had already left.
He was
Brian Greasy was playing for Denver. Remember, it was Brian Greasy, Tom Brady, and Drew Henson. Then Brian Greasy left. He graduated. He got picked up by Denver. Yeah, it was only Tom Brady and Drew Henson.
Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, let's move forward really quickly to Connor Stallions. He was the interim coach yesterday for Mumford. Mumford's head coach had a light stroke. Let's send thoughts and prayers out to him and his family. But Connor Stallions took over, and they played against Flint Hamady, losing 60-0.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Wait, time out. You say what? Connor Stallions coached the game?
Yes, he was the head coach.
And they lost 60-0?
60-0.
Mumford lost 60-0?
To Flint Hamady.
Was that here or was that in Flint?
I think it was here.
You mean right there in Wyoming?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. That couldn't have been here because that would have been breaking news on Fox 2. That couldn't have been.
It was yeah, because somebody sent me the article yesterday. My buddy texted me yesterday the article on the Free Press how they lost 60-0. It might have been Thursday.
So they probably had a running clock then, right?
At a certain time, yes. At a certain time, there's a running clock. At a certain score, there's a running clock.
And he did all that sign cheating at Michigan, and you couldn't even get a field goal. See what the Michigan products give you? The University of Misdemeanors at its best.
Lord, yeah.
I say something wrong?
I feel bad for the kids. Of course, if we making light of this because it's Connor Stallions, but it's kids out there on that field. So I'm not forgetting that. I'm not putting that. I'm not taking that away. And I feel bad for those kids out there. So if you understand that, and the fact that I'm coaching the PSL, and some of our bigger games we played was against some of the suburban schools, and some of the bigger wins we had when I coached in the PSL. Because for years those suburban schools would come to Detroit, even we had some of our best teams, and jump on us. And so in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, some of the best teams in the PSL would go to the playoffs and go to the suburbs, and between the referees and the bright lights, they would get jumped on. Scores would be like that all the time. Now, because
what's the name playing them back then on them high school teams?
I said again.
I said I wonder what's the name playing back then on them high school teams.
Now I'm scared to ask who what's the name is.
Terry Fair.
Walk right into that one.
Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna stop, man, because
I'm not mad. You got me on this. That's twice. You got me twice. You got me twice.
I'd be like, you know what? Send all your complaints to Kamau Williams. He made me do it.
It's all right. That's all right. But in all seriousness, in the 80s and 70s and 80s and part of the early 90s, when the playoffs would come around, the PSL teams would go out and play the teams in the suburbs, and between the referees and the bright lights and playing that night like that, they hadn't seen it, so it would be a lot of losses.
Because that was like when remember, because we're not that far apart in age. Remember, like Catholic Central, they used to just run this man. Tom mocked them. Yep. They used to run. If it wasn't Catholic Central, it was Harrison.
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah, it was basically any suburban team the difference is we only had one field that played a night game. It was only one night game a week, out at King, and because that was the premier field out there. So if you was undefeated, your game got moved to the night game. So that was your one chance a season unless you played the playoffs to play a night game. So every game in the suburbs is at 7:30. So you're not used to playing at night on a good field that didn't have that you can actually run on, where it's not rock field and so It was a big difference. It was a big
They
difference.
actually had a track around it. It
Well,
wasn't.
it was a track. It was a track, but it was no real lanes. It was the cement plus the topping, and it was all crumbly. And the PSL, everything was crumbled. So big difference. Or you're right. I feel like she was at somewhere like Persian. They had the cinder track around it. Yeah, you had to walk across the cinder track. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yep. All right, we're going to jump really quickly here into our closing. We're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. Open, the men's finals. Taylor Fritz beat Francis Tiafoe, and Tiafoe is the African-American young man who made a big jump this time. And now Taylor Fritz is going to play Yannick Sinner on Sunday. This afternoon, Jessica Pegula will play Arina Sabalenka for the championship for the women's. Jessica Pegula is an American. I think Miss Sabalenka, I think she's a Spaniard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fritz is an American, and I think Sinner is a Spaniard as well. I know I'm wrong right now, but I don't remember what country he comes from. So those are two good tennis matches this afternoon. And let's talk about really quickly predictions going down the line. Let's see here. Predictions here. Let's see here. We're gonna start with. Let me go to my other page so I can make sure I write them down so we can talk about it next week. MSU Maryland. Who you got?
Give me go through my Clio sheet.
Did you write them down?
Gotta go through my clip notes. Give me Maryland. I mean, no. Give me MSU. What's the day? The 7th. Give me MSU 21-17. I think so. Today is the 7th.
Okay, 21-17. MSU. I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, Maryland, 17-19.
They don't have a quarterback, but okay. I tried.
Neither do we.
Yes, we do. My man's straight. I talked to him last night. He told me everything was all right. He had a exam to take, but he said everything all right.
Okay, all right. We got Texas, Michigan starting up right about now. They're storming the field.
Hook 'em horns.
Okay.
Let me see. What's the day? The 7th?
Yep.
Play at 12. Give me Texas. 35-0. Nah, 35-21.
35-21.
Yeah.
Texas.
Just got off the phone with Sarkeesian. He said I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna go with Texas as well. I got a feeling they're gonna run it up. I'm saying 42-7. 42-7. We got Colorado, Nebraska. In Nebraska, they got the quarterback down there, Dominic Rayola's son. I forgot his name, but starts with a D as well. Rayola at quarterback. Colorado, who you got?
Today is the 7th. Right, it's at 12:02. Give me Colorado 24-21 over the Cornhuskers.
All right. I'm going to go something pretty close to that, but I'm actually going to go Nebraska. I'm going to go 21-17 Nebraska.
The more I teach this guy, the more you want to fail.
Iowa State, we got a rivalry game early in the season. And Iowa State in Ames. Who you got?
Today is Saturday. It's the 7th. Burt Reynolds dorm. Let me see. Give me Iowa. I'm gonna go Iowa 19-16. Last second field goal.
Okay. Iowa, okay. I'm gonna go
Farmer's Daughters.
I'm gonna go 14-10 Iowa State.
I try to help him. I told him my best professor was Cliff Notes.
All right. We got the Rams and the Lions.
Oh,
Sunday night. Who you got?
Rams. Let me see. Give me LA Rams 23-17. Jared Goff get picked at the end.
All right. I'm going to go with the Lions 24-14.
And you wonder why Terry Fair doesn't return your phone calls. Why can't we be friends? You don't bring me flowers.
We got the Raiders and the Chargers in LA.
Give me the Chargers. I'm gonna go to Chargers 17-10.
17-10.
Harbaugh wins the opening game.
Chargers. All right, I'm gonna go Chargers. I'm gonna go. I like. It's gonna be some points on the board. It's gonna be some points on the board. I'm gonna say 28-21.
He's coming around.
And we got the Jets and the 49ers. Jets and the 49ers. The Monday night deja vu game. Who you like?
Give me the 49ers 24-17.
And I like the 49ers as well. So 28-25. It's going to be a little bit closer.
This is why we can't be friends.
Last but not least, we got Jacksonville and Miami. We got Brian Jerry Curl versus Tua.
Give me I'm gonna go to Sunshine, Miami.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Tua and them 21-13.
Okay. I'm gonna go 35-7 Miami.
Oh, you only giving Jacksonville 7? Wow.
That's all they get.
Well, I'm mercy.
That's all they get.
What?
All right, I'm sorry. I see there's a few comments in here. May's out in the big house. Maryland. He likes Maryland. He likes Lions. That's Stephen Harris. All right, we going to get out of here. Let me go ahead and change this caption real quick. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to turn some music on in the background. And we're gonna get out here next week. We'll be back on the 14th. So make sure you come out and see us. Come out and join us. And we're going to talk about all the predictions plus a whole lot more. Thank you again. Be safe out there. And once again, it was an honor, sir. You be safe. We shall see you next week.
Terry Fair.